I'm J.R. Church. Welcome to today's analysis of the news. According to NATO, 100 fighters of the Taliban were killed in the Afghanistan battle, where 8 of our soldiers were killed last week. You heard about the 8. Did you hear about the 100 of the enemy that were killed? I don't think so. I don't recall seeing that on NBC or ABC. This is a Reuters report. NATO forces said Tuesday that they had killed more than 100 fighters in a huge weekend battle in eastern Afghanistan in which 8 Americans died, the deadliest firefight for U.S. troops in more than a year. The revised enemy death toll gives an idea of the scale of the battle, one of the biggest of the 8-year war. So, they killed 8 of us, we killed 100 of them. But, of course, that's not important. Here's an interesting article about European treaty. There's a Lisbon Treaty that was passed several months ago, and it's called the Lisbon Treaty, and it cannot take effect until all 27 European countries ratify it. Well, all but the Czech Republic and Poland have done so, but the Czech Republic promises that it's just a matter of weeks rather than months. And Poland says that it's expected to complete ratification in a few days' time. What is it about this Lisbon Treaty that is so important? Well, according to the article here, the treaty aims to streamline EU decision-making and boost the EU's role globally. So it takes away, shall we call it states' rights? It takes away the sovereignty of each individual country and makes Europe all one big happy family. Here's another article. Mahmoud Abbas, head of the Palestinians, is meeting with Pope Benedict XVI this Thursday, and they're going to discuss Middle East settlement, according to Vatican Radio. The Pope and Abbas met last May 13th in Bethlehem. Abbas visited Benedict in the Vatican in 2005 and again in 2007. Abbas proclaimed the pontiff is an honorary citizen of the Palestinian National Authority. Wow. Isn't that amazing? We got an honorary citizen of the Palestinian Authority in the Vatican. And they're expected to touch upon the planned signing of a national reconciliation agreement between the rival Palestinian factions, Fatah and Hamas, that will occur on October 26th in Cairo. Egypt has played the role of mediator between the two factions. So, the Fatah and the Hamas are getting together, and they're going to stop fighting each other and sign a reconciliation agreement on October 26th. Isn't that amazing? The enemy can get together. Oh, and the Pope. Here's another article that's kind of disturbing to me. Last year, Zbigniew Brzezinski, advisor to former President Jimmy Carter, described the Bush administration's policy of maintaining the option of military action against Iran as, quote, counterproductive. Now, this week, Brzezinski, who advises Obama on foreign policy, is calling for the United States to shoot down Israeli jets, just in case Israel flies over Iraq on their way to bombing Iran's nuclear power plants. Yeah. Zbigniew Brzezinski wants Obama to shoot down the Israelis. Well, let me tell you something. The Bible is clear about this. God said, I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse those who curse you. So if the United States wants to curse Israel, it is at our own peril. Here's another article from Headline News. The Palestinian Authority and local Muslim leaders are urging Arab residents of Jerusalem to continue and escalate the clashes with Israelis and Israeli security forces, leaving the Jewish state fearful that another Palestinian terrorist uprising, or intifada, is on the horizon. Pointing to a small group of Jews who tried to visit the Temple Mount on Yom Kippur last week, the office of the Palestinian Authority Prime Minister Salam Fayyad on Monday accused Israel of trying to conquer the Temple Mount. A handful of Jews wanted to go up on the Temple Mount on Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. So, Israel now trying to conquer the Temple Mount and Judaize Jerusalem. Fayyad, who is hailed in the West as a moderate and a true peace partner, called for even more violence and insisted that the international community also get involved by assaulting Israel diplomatically. Around the same time, the leaders in Jerusalem's mosques were declaring a state of emergency, claiming that the Jews were trying to break into the Temple Mount, the holiest site in Judaism, and urging all able-bodied Muslims to physically defend the mosques that currently occupy the contested compound. The violence on Monday manifested itself primarily in the Shafuat neighborhood on the outskirts of Jerusalem, where one Israeli soldier was stabbed in the neck and another suffered light injuries when a group of masked Arabs hurled stones at him. Several other Arabs were arrested elsewhere for attacking Jewish worshippers en route to take part at the annual priestly blessing at the Western Wall. Sad state of affairs in Israel this week. Here's another interesting email that we received. This one from Bill, who says, thank you for a great magazine. I'm a long-time subscriber and enjoy the magazine and webcast very much. Since JR's teaching on the book of Enoch, he might want to look at the book of Jasher. There are 3 translations, he says, 2 of which are spurious. I am reading the one by Wayne Simpson, republished in 1995, an absolutely fascinating read. If JR is aware of it, I would be very curious to get his take on it. I have read the book of Jasher. It's been some years ago. Perhaps when we get through with our study in the book of Enoch, I'll take a look at it, see what I can do for you. There are a number of things in the book of Jasher which I realize is quoted in the Old Testament, or at least referred to in the Old Testament, though it was never a part of the canonized Old Testament. Not considered to be inspired scripture. But the book of Jasher does have some interesting things in it. And we'll try to get around to looking at it when we're finished with the book of Enoch. Thank you for writing. I appreciate it. And all of you who are writing us and ordering things off the website, we appreciate it. Let me just suggest that if you want to order something off the website, call the office. Talk to a real person, will you? And place your order there. I'd appreciate it. And we're working on the website, and just to be sure and careful, let's just call the 800 number, 1-800-475-1111, if you'd like to give a donation toward our building fund, or if you'd like to buy a book or order a magazine. Do so, will you, by calling us here at the office. We'd love to talk to you directly. I'm J.R. Church. We'll see you again tomorrow with our analysis of the news.